Hello and welcome to the September quarter review of the Diversified Income portfolio. Having a look at where we really moved this last quarter, and the growth side of the portfolio actually was the best added to this. If we have a look at the performance over the quarter, here is the attributing numbers. And you can see very clearly that the Vanguard ISCI International Shares ETF, the VGS, contributed 1.07% to the fund overall. And that's mainly down to the fact that VGS has 63% exposure to the US markets, which continue to be robust and outperforming. In fact, last quarter was the best performer the US markets has seen since December 2013. If you have a look forward at their economic indicators, they're very, very strong. Having a look also at their employment, the US markets are well and truly moving ahead, and we expect very clearly that the US will probably outperform over the final quarter as well. Having a look at the domestic side of the portfolio, which is only 27% of the overall attribution, you can see that only 2.6% was added by the Australian side of the market. It was unfortunately a bit of a disappointing quarter, despite the fact that earnings season was strong. We did have September, which was ex-dividend month, geopolitical tensions, the US-China trade war, and also the Banking Royal Commission taking their toll. We expect the Australian market, unfortunately, to probably continue to underperform in the final quarter of this year. There is cyclicality coming through, and again, what we saw in the third quarter likely to filter through into the fourth as well. Having a look at the more defensive side of the portfolio, and the property and also the Australian fixed income side were quite stable, and that's actually what we want to see. We saw 0.213% being added on the property side and 0.11% being added on the bond side. Quite steadfast, those bonds, and that's a really good thing to see, considering that internationally bond markets have been moving quite quickly and actually to the downside. So it was good to see the Australian side and the defensive Australian side holding up quite nicely. We expect that to also feed into the final quarter, despite the fact that US bond markets are likely to get a little bit more volatile. Overall, very impressed with how the diversified income portfolio performed. It remains quite defensive and quite conservative, and in this current market, we think that's the correct position.